Welcome, race fans. Tonight, race number 4 at Chicagoland. 80 laps is going to be the marker for the checkered flag tonight. Outlier TV bringing you all the action. I'm Robert Warrens alongside co-host Chris Schuessler. Chris, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great, buddy. You know what? I love race number 4. It doesn't matter where we're at. For some reason, race number 4 gets it done for me.
Well, this is going to mark 33% of the way through the season after we complete tonight. We've got a beautiful points battle heating up. These guys are racing 12 races. 2 of them would be drops, and somebody's going to get crowned the champion for season 10. So a lot of racing still to happen.
Robert, we're in Joliet, USA. Do you remember Juliet the cat?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Juliet the cat.
I just thought I'd mention that real quick. Back to business. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, 0 fast repairs, so very different for Season 10. These guys used to run with the fast repair, so once this truck gets tore up, they're donezo. But we got a cold track tonight, 81 degrees under the lights at Chicagoland. And, shout out to you and I, Chris, our handsome picture up in the right-hand side there.
We're looking so good right now.
So good. So good. So good. Moving over to our field, we got 24 trucks in the field. A little bit smaller, but last week we had an awesome battle at Vegas, coming down to the wire with fuel strategy and just a mix of that. So we'll talk about that a little later on. But look, we got Park Bros Racing on the pole. Dan and Ben, row 2, Steven Shu, last week's winner, and Barry Tolson, P4. Row 3, Ben Parson and Dalton Steele. Row 4, Johnny Hurst and Brian Warp. Row 5, Don Francesco and Phillips. Row 6, Barker and Schroeder. Row 7 is Hogue and Foster. Row 8, Copperthorne and Ledford. Row 9 is Ramsey and Straminski. Row 10, Overstreet and Wheeldon Sr. Row 11, Sanchez and Richardson. Row 12 is Wagner and Wheeldon Jr. And that's going to round out our field. 24 trucks, Chris. We got a big one.
I like this. I think this is a good size field for this track. I'm looking forward to it. I like the lineup. I like I just like everything tonight.
Easy to please. That's my kind of girl. My kind of girl.
I think this is gonna be a good one. So let's get a party started, and shout out to our fans as well.
Yeah, I mean, primary sponsor, Wagner's Welding, supporting the truck series, making it possible for you to watch us live on Outlier TV. So make sure you put a like on the broadcast. Click that gearbox bottom right-hand side to watch it in 4K or OK. We're bringing you all the graphics that iRacing can offer to your eyes. So, stay tuned for that. Last week, we saw a lot of great strategies, which was kind of cool to see. So we'll be trying to bring you some of that information as the race emerges. I don't know, Chris. 80 laps, big mark tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you were talking about strategies. We did see a lot. We saw a wild finish last week. More into that maybe later. But it was fun last week. So I'm hoping we get some good stuff. And time will tell as they get going here.
Yep, Pace trucks in, getting ready to fire off. Green is out. Good start by the 3 of Dan Park. Ben on the outside with Steven Shu and Tolleson in behind both of those drivers. And in turn 1, looks to be clean so far.
Robert, difficulty-wise, how hard is this track to drive?
To me, it's a very similar style to Vegas. You're going to see multiple grooves being possible. It's a little bit bigger, so that's why we're seeing a little bit less laps. But you're pretty much almost wide open into turn 1 and 2 until the tires start to fade, and the apex in 3 and 4. You're going to want to kind of slow down to meet the apex in 3, and then hard out on the gas into 4.
Maybe a 7, would you say?
7 out of 10?
Yeah, a 7 out of 10, difficulty wise.
I would say tire management is probably about a 7 out of 10 for difficulty. Okay. Very similar to Vegas.
Hey, it's a Chili's Ride the Dente right there, I believe.
The 7 of Dalton Steele, so he's been a threat on the super side and on Monday nights. Definitely a boss over there. Last season's champion, season 8 champion was Dalton Steele in the truck series. Season 9 champion, not in the field tonight. Mr. Buttons couldn't make it, had a work function.
And he's right behind Barry Tolleson. This is the season of Barry, at least on Monday nights. Maybe a combination of Monday and Wednesdays. Yeah, he's been having a good runs lately. So nice to see him bringing the unicorn to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, made by Kristen. So shout out to Kristen if she's in the chat.
And
that's your job. You should be checking on the chat. I'm too clicky.
I gave a shout out to everyone. I gave a nice wave to our 15 viewers at the moment. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get some folks in here, but it's rather quiet. I was going to say, just kind of looking at some paints, I noticed that Don Francesco, who is definitely a hard charger in the league, he's doing something different, I think, with his paint.
Quaker State.
That looks cool.
I mean, got a 4x4 on it. Maybe he's running heavier oil in that car tonight. Maybe
that's what I was thinking.
Holding them back a little bit.
Yeah.
Take a look going forward. So he's currently 14th, started 9th. He's on the march. In front of him there is the 01 of Ledford. On the outside of him is the 45 of Ryan Warp. Ledford backs out of it. He slides up the track. The 21 of Foster in front of him. And in the 10th spot, the 48 of Schroeder. Schroeder's been a beast on the Monday Night Super Series as well. We've talked a lot about him.
And side note, his chat has been banned.
Oh, snap. Yeah, we talked about that before. The man of last week, Chris Barker, he was the main strategist in helping Foothills get a victory, pushing the 00 of Steven Shue to the win. So, last week when we talked about that race, Chris, we saw a mix of strategies. These guys have around, about 35 laps into their tank of fuel. So that's interesting to see as we're approaching lap 8. So last week, what we saw is a bunch of drivers. Ooh, Ben Park slowing down on the outside. A bunch of drivers elect to pit and not pit. And the top 5 didn't pit, stretched out their fuel as far as they possibly could. And Barker was one of those strategists helping that 00 alongside, what was it? Dan Park, Ben Park, Josh Fox, Forrest Hamilton, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, those were the top 5. And Tolleson, the 28, elected to take fuel and tires, and he just wasn't able to make up the ground.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just to piggyback on your thought for a second here, it was a good race we had last Wednesday, and pretty interesting finish, a pretty cool finish. So if you did not see last week's race, jump in, watch it. Just watch maybe perhaps the last 10 or 15 laps just to see how everything unfolded. Very kind of creative, awesome way to kind of finish. Something you don't see that often, and it was fun. I'll give it that for sure. We were pretty pumped up. So yeah, like I said, do yourself a favor. At least check in for the last 15 laps or so. It was fun.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at our biggest movers right now, we got Rick Sanchez in the 05. Also a dominant force on the Monday Night Super Series side. We'd be bringing in our other sponsors of Precision Fence and Gates and Ipswich Bay Soap Co. So those two sponsors are putting on the big money for the winner circle and the podium finishers and a lot of the stuff that supports the in behind scenes functions of Roughneck Racing. Woo! Tight contact there.
Oh, no.
Looks
Looks
like
like they're okay.
yeah, he's okay, but Don Francesco did suffer a little slow up there. So
Looks like he's still moving a little slow.
yeah, it's gonna take him a second to get back up to speed, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, Robert, again, to piggyback on your thoughts here, just talking about some of the sponsors. Yeah, without Precision Fences and Gates, Ipswich-based soap company, and of course Wagner's Welding, you and I would not be here to do this. So it works out really well for the league. It's an excellent league with a bunch of excellent drivers. And an excellent fan base. So everyone likes to tune into the series on Monday and Wednesdays. Because of the sponsors, they allow us to bring it to everyone. A lot of the drivers like to watch the replays. Family, friends like to check in. And you and I have done some broadcasts for some leagues and stuff where they have not had that available to the drivers every week. And I know it's been kind of a bummer to some of the family and friends and stuff that are involved in anyway. This Roughneck Racing League does it right. So it's definitely a pleasure to be here and bring this racing to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. We just had a Passford lead. The 0-0 last week's winner, Steven Shue, takes the lead away from Dan Park, followed by Barry Tolson, Dalton Steele, Ben Parson, and Johnny Hurst. So things are heating up in the top 6.
Yeah, it's been a nice battle. I mean, here we are at 15, and these guys are just in a rhythm. It's just some nice racing here. Seeing a couple passes here and there, and yeah, we talk about it all the time, but just lots of respect, man. And these guys are just racing; they're racing clean.
Yeah, and you know what we've seen over the evolution of season 10 now is that the racing has kind of come together. And what I mean by that is you look at race run 1 when we kicked it off at Daytona, is that we had a lot of cautions at first race. The second race, you know, a little less. The third race last week, we had 5 cautions. Or was it 4 cautions? Yeah, that's right. Race number 2, 5 cautions. Race number 3, 4 cautions. And right now, 16 laps in, no cautions. A lot of side-by-side racing.
Yes, faux show. I think these guys know each other's personalities on track and style, and yeah, they're getting down, which is nice to see.
Dalton Steele sliding up at the track, getting Barry Tolson a little bit of arrow loose, and Parson on the bumper of Tolson, giving a little push into turn 3. So I'm more of a fan of staying on the bottom side of the track and managing your tires down there. I know you can be defensive on the high side, but I feel like, woo, slight contact Hurst on the door of Steele. But I feel like the high side does cause a little bit more tire degradation.
It's good to see Ben Parson back up towards the front at the moment. He's always a force, of course, and we have not chatted with him in just a little bit. So he's bringing it tonight. We'll see how his race comes together, but he is in the charge here, in the hunt for the podium at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to go back to the 20 machine of Ben Park. He started up front. He tanked his lead. He's up there with Dan, part of Park Bros Racing. But we're going to hop in his cockpit here for a second. Not sure, you know, I'm not seeing any damage on the truck. I'm not sure if there's a mechanical issue going on or if he's employing a strategy right now while these guys are racing hard.
Yeah, I was trying to think here. I guess I don't have a thought. It doesn't seem like he's saving any fuel. Maybe he's just trying to extend a little bit of life out of the tires, perhaps, and make a charge a little bit later.
Well, we know that these guys have approximately, I'm going to go with 35 laps through tank of fuel. So by stretching that fuel window, one of those stops is going to be shorter. But I mean, somebody could split it at like 30 laps and 20. They got 80 laps, right? So that fuel window kind of opens up. We're seeing a lot of drivers staggered out and green. We're running green. So we might see different strategies up front.
Well, we do love strategies, don't we?
That's the only thing we have.
And love.
And love.
So, Robert, while I have a second here, we did get a shout out from Kristen Tollison. She's here. She says she's on VR, so I don't know how that works exactly. She's just watching it in a VR unit, I guess. So that's pretty cool.
That would be intense. That would definitely be intense. It would be.
So she's in with us, and I was going to just mention this too. We were on last Wednesday, and I believe it was Ben's and Dan's mom was in the chat rooting on her boys. I believe so. So anyway, I don't know if she's watching, so probably is or will be later. So shout out to them from her. I'm just going to do it anyway. And then I wanted to do this. I did it on Monday, and I'm going to do it again in case people were not watching. But he's in this race tonight. Can we hit up Shane Welding Jr.? He's in the race tonight, right?
Yeah, he's in the race. He's chilling right now. Currently in 23rd.
Are we on him? Yeah, we're watching him right now. Okay, so this is what I want to just get at real quick. Robert, I said this on Monday's broadcast, but we were chatting him up on Wednesday talking about the Welding family, junior and senior. And we were just kind of wondering what the relationship was for sure. Was it junior? Anyway, Shane Welding Jr., son of Shane Welding Sr., 29 years old, staff sergeant in the Air Defense Artillery, U.S. Army. We both just wanted to thank you, Shane, for your service. Glad that you could be here. And certainly fun to watch father and son having a good time together doing iRacing. Big fan of father-son racing things in general. I know you are as well, Robert, and I just wanted to wish him a shout out.
I mean, hell yeah. I think it's super cool. My dad was very bad at iRacing and couldn't aspire to a level that we could race together, so...
Maybe I should meet your dad. Maybe I should meet your dad and we could race together.
I mean, you might be faster than him.
Wow.
Olsen rubbing the wall on the entry to 3. Steele gets to the bumper. Parson falls back to the 3rd spot. We switched up here because we saw the leaders dancing around. And Johnny Hurst in the mix. That's crazy to see him running up front. Great run for that 58 truck, locking it down.
He must have got a haircut, and he's looking good. He wants to show it off on camera.
Yeah, I mean, he gets excited, Normally the doctor gives him pills to get him going, but tonight he's just full force.
Yeah.
But awesome battle for the lead. We got 7 trucks within a second of the lead. And there goes Dalton Steele on the inside of Barry Tolson. Looks to clear on the exit of 2. Slides up the track. Going to see the crossover from Tolson. I don't know if he's going to be able to complete it here.
He's going to go to Chili's later.
Olson coming in the pits.
Oh. Very interesting. You were guessing, 35 or so? Is that what the...
Yeah, 35 is a full tank of fuel, but if this stays green, remember, tires are king. Right? So these guys are going to have to pit for fuel regardless. So Barry Tolson, he's pulling the first card on the strategy. We saw Ledford come in as well. So Ledford, he's back on the track in 23rd. Overstreet coming out of the pits now. So you're gonna start to see more guys coming to the pits. We got some more takers. The 45 of Ryan Warp the 98 of Eric Copperthorne, series sponsor Ipswich Bay, and Fat Fingies, Mike Strzeminski. The ladies.
No, I like it. I love the undercut, and I love that there's mixed strategies on track right now. We'll see if they all come in, if they're all going to react to that, or if some of them are going to just try and stay out and just do something different.
Well, let's take a look at some of those lap times to see what kind of advantage somebody would get. Because you know those guys going in the pits, they're taking 4 tires. These guys got 2 sets of tires behind the wall. So looking at their best lap times now on the tower, you're seeing around, let's go with a 31-second lap, right? You see 30.9, you see 31 point whatevers. And now the last lap time around, you're seeing 32, let's go with 8s. So almost 2 seconds of fall off per lap is a trade-off. So every time that Dalton Steele doesn't pit, Barrett Tolson's going to be 2 seconds ahead. So in 4 laps, that's 8 seconds by my rudimentary math. You can't fact check that. So we're gonna
like it when you do math, I'll be honest.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be really interesting because we've seen about 5 cars pit of, well, 6 cars pit of the 24. Here's number 7 coming in now is the 48 of Schroeder. 8, James Wagoner coming down. So, I mean, this is exactly what we expect to see for Season 10 at Roughneck Racing for the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. So Dalton Steele's open up about 5/10 over Johnny Hurst. But, you know, shout out to Hurst. He's in P2 tonight. He's having a heck of a run.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Some more takers. You got the 66 of Phillips, the 21 of Foster, the 93 of Barker, and the 5 of Sanchez all in the pits. So that leaves about 9 trucks that haven't pit just yet.
And they're going to be coming in real quick.
Yeah, I mean, they're right at the window. So, you know, black flag for the 91 of Hogue. So likely is speeding in the pits. Let's go check on him. Looks like he might have definitely got a speeding in the pits.
He's coming out of the pits, isn't he?
Yeah, so they normally give you that penalty during your exit.
Okay.
But, you know, Ben Parson, Dan Park's still on the track as well. Ben Park, further back. Looks like he's about 10 seconds back of the leader.
And he has not come in, obviously, either, correct?
Correct. So let's take a look at our pit stop stat tower. See, Ledford was the first one to pit, then Tollison, Warp, Copperthorne, Phillips, and Barker.
Interesting. I'm looking at Steven Shue. Okay, sorry. He was in the pits as that graphic was up.
Yeah.
It said fuel only. I was like, wow, he did not take tires. Interesting, but it was just in process of updating.
Yeah, now we got Steele and Hurst coming in the pits. They might be holding hands. We can't get a true visual on that, but they came in together. There's rumors about it in the pits. We're not quite sure what's going on, but, you know, Outlier TV is an inclusive environment. Ben Parson coming in. Good entry there. Gets a little sideways.
Oh, nice.
Dan Park's still chilling, so he's trying to stretch the fuel. Don Francesco, we haven't talked about him. He's also still out in the mix.
I like that complete opposite strategy as well, is just stay out as long as you can. Who knows where they're going to come out, but they'll have the freshest tires. And, I mean, shoot, we're almost halfway through this race.
Yeah, and now you see the 3 of Dan Park. He's got a 26-second lead over Ledford. and who Tolleson has caught Ledford as well, so they're going to be battling for the spot. And we just saw Don Francesco come in with Shane Welding Sr. That only leaves Park Bros Racing as the 2 trucks not to pit.
That's wild that they have made it to 39.
You know, when fuel strategy happens, you know, you got to stretch it to the max. We saw Ben Park. You know, he didn't just... The tower's jockeying is scaring him. Ben Park coming in.
Looks nice.
Yeah, very nice. But the advantage here, Chris, is if you stay up later, it stays green. Is that when you get to that next pit stop, you need the least amount of fuel. So it could inadvertently save you time. But I'll be honest, we don't know how it's going to work out until it works out.
No, but I'm impressed so far. This has been a nice race here, and we're halfway through it. So showing much excitement so far, 50% through this race.
And we got our leader, the final truck not to pit is the 3 of Dan Park. And that's going to put Tolleson in the lead as he comes out of turn 4 down the front stretch with the 01 of Ledford in behind.
So how old are Barry's tires right now?
Great question. So
12 laps.
12 laps, 14 for Ledford, 7 for Phillips and Barker and Sanchez, and then 11 for Warp, Copperthorne, and Straminsky.
So Barry Tolleson leading the race right now with 12-lap old tires. We're going to have Dan Park come out now. He'll fall way behind, but he'll be making up time against Barry Tolleson with those fresh tires.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to check on the 7 truck of steel, but then we're going to put up some fancy stuff, and we're going to show a catch.
Ooh, so, I do love a catch.
So right now you can see that the separation between the tires is about 8 laps. So Barry has 13 laps on his tires, and you can see that Steel has 5, but Steel's gaining about 5/10 per lap. So showing the catches in about 12 laps of time, which would almost open it up to another pit stop. So this is where that trade-off of, hey, I'm pitting earlier, I'm pitting later, and how it works out. So it's going to come down to really how these drivers manage their tires, but also how they manage pit entrance and exit and getting up to speed.
Well, we will watch the numbers. Look at that, half a second. I mean, it's exciting stuff. So yes, we have Peanuts in the chat here, Robert, who's friends with the Welding family, and just looking for exciting racing. I think so far we're delivering the exciting racing here, halfway done. I should say the drivers are delivering exciting racing.
Yeah, exactly. So let's take a look at now the catch with Dan Park. So you can see he's only pitted a few laps ago. He's gaining a second per lap. So, I mean, something to watch out for. He pitted at lap 41. So, this could, if this stays green, Chris, this is still anyone's race in the top 20. We got 22 cars on the lead lap.
No, I dig it. This is it's cool. You know, halfway done quickly, but still lots of racing with lots of different strategies at the moment. So just gotta race it out.
And our leader right now, Barry Tolleson, taking a look at the laps led. Tolleson 17 laps led on the night. Is about to take over most laps led over that 3 machine who we just saw. So those two drivers completely opposite pitch strategies. Same with Dalton Steele and Steven Shue and Ben Parsons are all different positions on the track with different strategies.
Well, radical, I'll tell you what. Okay, go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, let's take a look at some of our battles on the track. We can take a look at the battle for fourth. That's between Barker and Sanchez.
And I was just going to say, Robert, maybe we'll just do a couple cockpit or, like a gearbox cam here for those drivers that are like in the closest battles, just to kind of get a little perspective here. This is always fun.
You love it. It's what you wake up for. You wake up in the morning, you're like, listen, man, we need at least 4 gearboxes and 17 cockpit cams to make sure that I'm validated.
Exactly, and I want you to validate me.
So one thing that we saw, it happened at, I believe it was Vegas, is that we saw 2 trucks go into the corner in 3 and 4, and then it created an aero block. And now what you're seeing is happening to the 66 of Phillips. He's starting to get aero loose with how close Barker is. So you can watch the 66 on the exit start to slide that truck around. He's fighting it.
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't expecting all that, were you?
I wasn't. That's why I like the cams here. This is nice. And good for Barker to have a good run this race. It was exciting to see him on track last week, but at the end he was a lap or 2 down, I believe. And yeah, he got a lot of camera time, but it wasn't for the podium, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, different strategies pay dividends, and here we go again. So we're seeing Sanchez now with him catching the 66 at Phillips, but that's Dalton Steele riding the Dente looking underneath Barker. So we'll do that again, Chris. We're going to take a look at our pit stop strategies. And you can see Ledford, who fell back there, has 24 lap old tires. He wasn't really strong competition for the 14 and 17 lap old tires that just blew off its doors. And right now, that 05 of Sanchez is actually our biggest gainer of the night so far. So a heck of a run for that 5 machine to get her done.
Get her done, yeah. I was looking to see here, Johnny Hurst, who was in the podium positions earlier, he slid down to 7th at the moment. And that doesn't necessarily mean much. Same with Parson.
Well, he just took the spot for 6th. And those guys are marching forward because they have newer tires than the cars that they're passing. So Hurst just passed, Copperthorne. He should catch Sanchez and Phillips. But there's still another pit stop here. So it's any dog's race,
It's like we're at a dog track.
Yeah, we are at a dog track. And let's take a look at our top 3 finishers over the last couple races. Last week, Shu won. We talked about the fuel strategy and the push from Barker. Dan Park, P2. Josh Fox, not in the field tonight, finished out P3. The week before at Rockingham, Steele was our winner, Tolleson and Ben Ryan. And then season opener at Daytona, Tolleson, Josh Fox, and Steele. So Tolleson, Fox, and Steele, they're peppered for top 3 finishes in the first 3 races.
Peppered.
That's the word of the day.
Like it.
And, as we get closer to these interviews, Chris, you're going to be like, where are we going next week? So we're going to be at Nashville Super Speedway for 100 laps. That's going to be a little bit different surface in here because this is asphalt. Nashville Super Speedway is one of the few tracks on the NASCAR circuit that's fully concrete, so it's going to get a little greasy.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I will have to ask you again, I'm sure.
And look who's coming in. Barry Tolleson with 25 laps to go, with Barker and Phillips all coming in. Let's take a look at Tolleson as he hits the box. smooth entry into that box. And you can see that truck go up. Left side tires going on. And he's gone. So
awesome.
This was our leader. He came in the lead. Everyone's still got a pit. But our new leader, Johnny Hurst, with 24 laps to go. He's got Parsons on his bumper, but mixing up the strategy here is Dalton Steele. He caught Tolson before they pitted, but now it's like you have to be mindful of that 2-second margin that you could lose per lap.
You know, I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but I'm going to say it.
Oh, no.
There was a Discord poll I saw that they wanted to know who was the Q driver on track.
And?
Johnny Hurst by a landslide.
And he must have heard us. He's getting a little bit loose. We're going to go into Ben Parsons' car and take a look-see doodle. Parson pushing hard.
Yeah, you could hear those tires.
They're screaming.
Hey, OTV.
I think Johnny's fixing to come into the pits here. And these drivers tonight at Roughneck Racing have been smashing pit lane with superb excellence.
Yeah. These guys have been doing a great job.
Ben Parsons going to be our new leader. Ramsey in P2 with Don Francesco in behind.
The Don, Nicholas.
He's underneath Ramsey. 9 seconds back of the lead, so going to be interesting. Dan Park currently in fourth, 15 seconds back from the leader. We're seeing Ben Parson come in the pits now. And Ramsey.
And the Park brothers are squared up again, fourth and fifth at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to come in for a splash of gas. So, I'm not sure, but let's hop in the cockpit of Ben. Ben Park.
Yeah, Ben.
Let's just see if there's any clutching.
Savings? Yeah.
Oh, what's
yes.
that?
Silence.
Yeah, he came in on lap 40, so you might see a 2-tire stop here with fuel.
Man, that's awesome.
And 2 tires is fast for a short run. But the question is, does that make up enough time on those other drivers who are embarking upon a different strategy? Yeah, it's kind of like one of those races, Chris, where like there's so much going on that if you pull in like Ben for an interview right now and you disrupt his clutching, right. That's a bad vibe, right? Bad juju.
I know. There's a couple guys I want to chat with. I want to grab them, but yeah, you don't dare do it while we're in the middle of racing.
No, you don't dare do it. And Steele on the bumper of Tolson. These guys are 18 seconds back from the 24. Don Francesco, our leader, but this is potentially the battle for the lead, where if those 2 front drivers pit, Dalton Steele is going to be battling out with Tolson. So these could be our 2, podium finishers tonight if the race stays green. Maybe check in on a driver we haven't looked on tonight. 30 machine of James Wagoner, currently 18th, started 23rd. He told us he was going to be practicing and getting it done So I don't know if he's saving it for the second half of the season to turn it on, but you know, we got a lot of racing left to crown a champion for season 10.
Oh, show. We are, what did you say, 33.3% done?
Yeah, after tonight.
Right. Put that in your calculator.
Yeah, put it in. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Barker looking on the bumper of Sanchez. And, you know, Chris, you've been waiting for this all night.
Yes, thank you for this. Look at that. We get gearbox. We get a driver. And that's awesome.
It's going to be hard to pass on the inside. See, Barker struggles for grip. That front nose doesn't get enough air on it. Looking on the bottom of Sanchez. Balls deep tackle. What do you know about balls deep, Chris?
Well, I haven't gone fishing in a long time.
And pressure the wall for the 05 of Sanchez is going to open up the door for Barker. Apparently he went 2 balls deep. Oh no, your soundboard's sleeping.
Well, it's low. I don't know what's going on.
And yeah, like we're winding down. Don Francesco still hasn't pitted. I know he's hoping for a caution right now. There's not, mathematically, there's no possible way there's enough fuel in that tank.
Let's look at his gauge just for funs and giggles.
For gigs, eh?
Yeah.
Not looking good.
He's not in the red, but yeah, I don't think that's 12 laps of fuel in there.
I mean, you can't suck and blow at the same time, am I right?
Fuck.
And 3-second lead over Dan Park now.
Hold on a second here. Where is Ben Parson?
Ben Parson. Ben Park's clutching. Ben Parson. I'm squinting one eye. Ben Parson has retired from the race.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was in the chat here. He said this is starting to feel like the season 8 curse all over again. I wonder if he had hardware issues. That's a bummer. He was
hard on the hardware issues, you know what I'm saying?
Perhaps, yeah, man. The bummer, because he was dominating, and we even chatted about that early in the race. That we've seen him battle hard, have some great finishes. We hadn't chatted with him in a while, but he was looking good. And yeah, he's a DNF, unfortunately.
Yeah, do not fun.
Yeah, didn't need funds. Maybe he does need funds. That's what it is.
Yeah.
For an upgrade.
Send help. Send hardware.
Right.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And just a great run from the 3 of Dan Park. He's currently second. He's got 2 seconds behind the 24, who's got less fuel than him, but also a 6-second gap over Tolson and Steele. And it looks like we'll check in on Tolson Steele now. Look at all the fuel in the tank. That's a lot of fuel.
Hey, the 68.
Last week's winner. Or no, Monday night's winner.
It was Mondays, yeah. He's got a Netflix Gen 6 and a Netflix truck. I dig it.
Yeah, did you ever watch that Ultimatum? Like, what's up?
I didn't, and I knew you were going to ask, and I thought about it a couple, and I just kind of forgot about it when I was on the couch. So maybe I'll get an episode in tonight. I don't know. If you're a fan of Ultimatum on Netflix, drop a line in the chat.
Yeah, drop a line. Man, this is, Dan is not really lifting up on his lap times. It's going to hop in his cockpit. He is clutching. They call him the Clutch Master 6000.
He is a clutch master 6000. It's not going to get him. I don't know. It's going to be tough to try and get on a podium, but might salvage a good race.
Well,
I guess just stick with it, and you never know what can happen. Right?
you never know. Never know. Let's take a look at the battle for eighth. We're gonna go over to Johnny Hurst and Ledford. Johnny looking to move further up in the top 10, completing the pass. Almost completing the pass on the 01 of Ledford. He's gonna close the door. Big draft down the backstretch. First 13 seconds back from the leader, 3 seconds back from Sanchez. Next battle here is not really a battle, but we're going to check in on the 66 of Phillips with the 2 of Richardson in between. He's the lap down, but the 93 of Barker, his teammate, they're running 5th and 6th. And Steele and Tolleson are next up. Not too far ahead, only about a second. You remember from before. You remember, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah, of course. I remember everything. I think these two are going to put on a really nice show for us here at the end.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pass. Don Francesco looks like he has run out of fuel, or he's coming into the pits. He's definitely clutching, and he's coming in hot. He gets it wound up just in time. Dan Park, our new leader, still clutching. He's got a 3.7 second lead, Chris. I didn't think you can stretch it 49 laps of fuel, but like back-to-back races, are we gonna see some fairy tale of a fuel strategy story?
I'll tell you what, I didn't think last week what happened was going to happen, so I won't say I was kind of a pessimist, and it happened. So man, best of luck to Dan Park that if he can pull this off. Didn't seem like it was likely, but I mean, he knows how to do it. We've seen it done in the past, the way that he can save fuel and clutch. And I mean, we got 2 laps to go. Barry Tolleson, just over 3 seconds behind him. Man, that would be awesome if he could get it done.
Well, let's take a look at, the last lap time by. 32.8 for Park. White flag is out. Oh, man. He's only losing 0.3 a lap. And that's crazy. He has to run out of fuel. If he doesn't run out of fuel, the race is his.
Let's jump in the cockpit. Do you mind?
Maybe I do. He's entering turn 3. I think it's pretty much a done deal here.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Dan Park, tonight's winner at Chicagoland for the 80 laps. And
amazing.
Murder She Wrote. Dan Park grabs it. Tolleson second. Steele third. Barker fourth. Phillips fifth. That's our top 5 for tonight. Man, this race went by super duper fast, Chris.
I say we roll it back. Get everyone together.
Let's do it again. I have another 10 laps.
Yeah. No, let's roll the whole thing over again.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's, we knew this type of racing was possible for Roughneck Racing, and here it is. Race number 4, green to checkered. And we're going over here. I think Dan Park is not going to have enough fuel for a burnout, but I could be mistaken. Chris, let's take a quick break with our viewers, and then we'll hit up these drivers in the interview.
10-4.
At Wagoner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are. For over 25 years, Wagoner's Welding has been a family-owned business built on honesty, hard work, and treating every customer like family. Whether it's custom truck beds or ramps, heavy-duty fabrication, hydraulics, or precision repair work, every weld and every detail is crafted for strength, reliability, and long-lasting performance. We don't cut corners, we build quality that lasts, because your truck needs to work as hard as you do. When you want value, craftsmanship, and custom work done right the first time, choose the team that treats you like family. Visit Wagoner's Welding at 446 DeHart Church Road in North Wilkesboro, or call 336-670-3427 to see how we can get your job working for you. At Wagoner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are. For over 25 years, Wagoner's Welding has been a family-owned business built on honesty, hard work, and treating every customer like family. Whether it's custom truck beds or ramps, heavy-duty fabrication, hydraulics, or precision repair work, every weld and every detail is crafted for strength, reliability, and long-lasting performance. We don't cut corners, we build quality that lasts, because your truck needs to work as hard as you do. When you want value, craftsmanship, and custom work done right the first time, choose the team that treats you like family. Visit Wagoner's Welding at 446 DeHart Church Road in North Wilkesboro, or call 336-670-3427 to see how we can get your job working for you. At Wagoner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are. For over 25 years, Wagoner's Welding has been a family-owned business built on honesty, hard work, and treating every customer like family. Whether it's custom truck beds or ramps, heavy-duty fabrication, hydraulics, or precision repair work, every weld and every detail is crafted for strength, reliability, and long-lasting performance. We don't cut corners, we build quality that lasts, because your truck needs to work as hard as you do. When you want value, craftsmanship, and custom work done right the first time, choose the team that treats you like family. Visit Wagoner's Welding at 446 DeHart Church Road in North Wilkesboro, or call 336-670-3427 to see how we can get your job working for you. At Wagoner's Welding, craftsmanship isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
All right, OTV back. Rob and Chris up in the booth. Chris, give us like a short version. Like, how did you feel everything went for tonight?
I think it was pretty awesome. I'll be honest. I think if we would have got a caution, it would have reset everything, and it would have taken some of the excitement away. We saw, the strategies kind of all over the place, and because there was no caution, we got to see how some of that unfolded. So I thought it was fun, man. I dug it. I hope all the drivers did. I know that a lot of times when they, commit to something, they want to see it through. So
yeah, absolutely, right? Like, green to checkered, it's hard to lock in on those strategies and get it done. We're gonna grab our second place finisher first. We're still waiting for our third place finisher to squeak through. So we're going to grab the 28 machine, Barry Tolson. Barry, Rob, and Chris up in the booth. Congrats on the P2 tonight. You were, most laps led, I believe, almost again, if I'm not mistaken, but a little bit short on grabbing the dub tonight.
Yeah, you can't do nothing with. I'll get the fuel mileage race figured out, and I'll be just same as they are.
Yeah, it's tough to battle there. You're seeing the clutching races. So, you had a fast truck tonight. How did the truck feel for your overall? Did you find it tight or loose?
It wasn't too bad, especially when you weren't in, a whole bunch of traffic. I tried to short pit a little bit, and I think it worked out to an advantage. But one pit versus two is going to win every time.
Yeah, you're never going to make up that time on pit road. So, you pitted, what was it, lap 29-ish, and then came in and again with what, 25 to go?
28 and 56 is when I pitted.
Yeah, you split the numbers perfectly, but it just wasn't enough.
I'd rather race for a win than, sit back there and clutch and everything else for a win.
Yeah.
That ain't racing.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like P2 tonight, you can't be upset about that. It's about the season 10 championship. You're definitely having a great season so far, so you got to feel proud about that. Um, Chris, I'm going to throw it over to you for Unicorn Power second place finisher Ipswich Bay Barry Tolson.
Barry, how are you, buddy? A great job, dude. Congratulations on the podium and your second place finish. Another nice race for you.
I appreciate it, buddy.
It's the season of Barry, I think. We kind of made a little comment about that on Monday, but you're having a great job. You're doing a great job, I should say. Just nice races, and you're getting it done. And Dan Park just did a great job of with his fuel strategy and maximizing everything he could to take the win from you. So yeah, you know what I mean. I don't think that's easy to do, and he was able to get it done. But you had, I think, a good strategy as well as like short pitting, and you just never know how the race is going to come your way, or what's going to happen with cautions. And I think you managed it very well and got it done, and it was great to see you on track. So yeah, you said you felt pretty good about the race.
Oh yeah, I couldn't complain with it. Did the best we could for 2 stops.
Well, good. I'm glad you feel like you had a good one. You looked good, and you had your daughter rooting you on, so I don't think you can ask for much more than that. We're going to Nashville next week, and Nashville Super Speedway. How do you feel about that place?
Oh, we're gonna go do some practicing and see where it goes.
Okay. You've been there before, I assume, right? You've done some racing. Does that track favor your style?
I think I still gotta buy it.
Well, all right then. Well, hey, best of luck to you when you do and get some practice in. And let me give you a chance here to do some shout outs and some flower giving.
Oh, I just want to thank everybody that runs the league, Tim, Johnny, Doug, all y'all for broadcasting it, and thank my daughter for the unicorn paint job. Y'all need to give her another paint job to make.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, she keeps mentioning that. Well, I'll throw something. I'll throw something at her, give her an idea. But yeah, you might want to stick with this one for a bit because it's working out for you. But yeah, no, it stands out, looks great, and you're doing great as well. So congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Nashville. Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you too,
For sure. Have a good evening.
All right, Chris. I mean, listen to Barry. You know he wants to win, and definitely a little deflated with coming up short and having the his crew chief not giving him the best strategy to get it done.
Well, I think he had a good one. He should feel good about his race, and he's on a streak, so a lot to feel good about. And he definitely has the fans in the chat. So yeah, we wish him the best next week.
Yeah, I mean, you better do your homework soon and grab some ideas for Kristen to dial in a new paint because he needs a little bit more luck than a unicorn.
I'll do it. I'll come up with something. I'll share it, and we'll see how that works out.
All right. Well, let's bring in the man of the night, the strategist, Dan Park. Dan, congrats on the win tonight. Just a quick question: do you have ice on your left foot just from using the clutch?
No, but it's a good idea.
I mean, back-to-back races now. We've seen it at Vegas, and now we've seen it again at Chicagoland, where a fuel strategy pays dividends to somebody, winning or being in the podium, finishing well in the top 5. So, when did you lock in to a one-stop strategy?
After I got pulled away a little bit, I was seeing how hard they were actually going to run me down, and once I realized they were running super hard, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go into the fuel save. We're going to try to make this a one stop because I see how hard everybody else is pushing. There's no way anybody else is going to try.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it played into your hand. You and your brother Ben were running really well. What happened? Did you get any communication from Ben? Why did he fall off so hard?
The 33 got tight and put him in the wall.
Oh, I
He
didn't
had
see.
wheel damage from like lap 10.
I didn't see any damage on his truck. The way the cameras work, can't see the fenders the same anymore. Tough break for him. You guys are having a good
He
run.
was definitely fast, but
Yeah.
having wheel damage from the get-go, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. With no fast repairs, definitely different racing.
And
You've
no
been
cautions.
and no cautions tonight. We've seen just the level of racing elevate each time. We went from Daytona to Rockingham, 5 cautions. Last week we had 4. This week 0. Are you expecting the trend to continue the same throughout the season?
Like I do. Like there's a great group of drivers here as long as they stay calm and don't try to push issues. We had a few opportunities for cautions by what I was hearing in the chat, but didn't look like anything came out of it. Just a few contact situations.
Yeah, we caught a couple like contacts, and drivers were able to square up their trucks and keep it green. But you've been a force so far in season 10, and you're the Precision Fences and Gates winner tonight. So, Chris, over to you for some commentary to Dan.
And congrats, buddy. A nice win. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and to see you and your brother on track racing together. We missed your mom, at least live. I'm sure she'll watch this back if she wasn't, watching it live. But yeah, man, great performance, dude. It's super exciting. We love to jump in the cockpit and watch you, clutch through the corners. When you're trying to fuel save. I know that there's a lot of strategy to do that and a lot of skill and technique to get it done. You did it, man, and got you on the podium and got you the win. So it's super awesome to see. You deliver that win.
That takes a lot of patience. Like you want to go fast, but having the patience to sit there and know you're going slow, it's incredible.
I would imagine so. And so tonight, let's use tonight. When did you get in that mode? Like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I got to start now.
Like lap 15, once everybody started catching me and like driving really hard past me, I was like, yeah, it's the time to start saving. I was like, once I start, I was like, I know I gotta save real hard this first half just to make it to 40. But the second half, I can just drive normal and be smoother with it.
And what sucks is there has to be luck involved with that because, I mean, obviously, like you choose that strategy and then you want to stick with it. And this is at lap 15, so there's many laps to go, obviously. And it's like you can control what you can control, but then everything's out the window if there's a caution or 2 cautions or whatever the case, whatever may unfold as the laps start to, close. So, I mean, it's tough, I would imagine, at lap 15 going, all right, this is the strategy I'm choosing. And it's great because there was no cautions and you can just plan it out, or at least the best to your ability, and get her done. But it's a big risk that early in the race. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, it's definitely a big risk. But like what made it entertaining to me was on like lap 23 or 24 when the 01 pit, I think he was the first one. My brother goes, "But yeah, everybody's got to pit twice." I was like, "Nah, bro, I can make it to one stop this race." He goes, "There ain't no way." I was like, "There is." And I was doing my strategy, and then I think he jumped on board and started running it with me.
Yeah, super cool, man. It's not easy, and like I said, it's definitely a risk, because then caution comes out later on. It's like, well, I guess that's not going to work, but it did work tonight. So it was fun to see you do that, and like I said, it was fun to jump in the cockpit and just kind of see you do some laps, clutching around the corner. So bravo, dude, great job.
It is definitely high risk, high reward.
Yes, for sure, for sure. But very cool, man. So like I said, shout out. I hope your mom enjoys this race, and it's for her to see both her boys on track, and just
definitely watching it live.
Oh, rad, dude. That's so cool. Oh, okay, bud. Well, I'll tell you what.
Rumor is, Chris, you intimidate her, so she didn't want to queue up today.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, stay out of the chat. Just ghost me, as the kids say. So hey, let's move forward real quick. I've been long-winded here. So we're going to Nashville Super Speedway next week. Thoughts on that place?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan, but I'll go out there and run as hard as I can. My brother's really good there. He has every time we've ran, so we'll see. He might be the one bringing it home next week.
Hey, we wish him luck, man. Hopefully, good performance from Park Bros Racing, and yeah, a great job tonight. So I'll tell you what, Tier. Let me give you a second here to do some shout outs. Give some flowers. What do you got for us?
Well, first of all, you guys for putting on the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch. Johnny and Tim for the league. My mom and the fans we have watching. My brother for being there with me. At least I had somebody there with me, so I wasn't talking to myself. And Michael Steele Graphics and Design for painting all my trucks. And for all my races are dedicated to my grandma and my dad, so they're always on the truck with me.
For sure. I was going to say, I'll never forget that you always have them on your truck. You shout them out. Yeah, super special, man. Hey, congratulations on your win. We look forward to you and your brother next week at Nashville, and we'll see you then. Okay, hope to chat with you.
Of course.
All right, buddy. We'll take care. All right.
Yeah, congrats, Dan.
Thanks.
All right, our winner tonight, Dan Park. You know, the one-stop strategy made it happen, Chris. And you know, I don't know if we expected that to be done mathematically, but you know, Dan pulled it off.
No, it's awesome, dude. We seen last week was kind of we had some cautions, mix of things, but we saw kind of a different kind of funky finish, and it was super fun. This race was awesome as well, just different strategies, and then the fuel saving by Dan, and yeah, dude, they're really awesome. I can't wait to see what we got next week.
Yeah, I mean, before we go to Nashville Super Speedway, we're going to be live on Monday night for the Super Speedway Series. We're going to be doing the dance at Talladega in the trucks for 50 laps. We got a great battle going on there. So looking at our...
I love dancing there.
You're a great dancer too. I mean...
Yeah, if I'm going to dance, it's going to be there.
Yeah, the cha-cha-cha, I believe that's what you're into, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So looking at our top three finishers there, Overstreet won last week with Decker and Tolson. We had two podium finishers we never interviewed before, so that was great to see. We saw Seabrands the week before and Sanchez, never interviewed them before. So a lot of talent emerging on the super speedway side. That's great to see. And then Wednesday night, we're going to go live at Nashville Super Speedway.
Do it live!
We're going to do it live is right. We got a great points battle here heating up. So this is the tally of points after 3 races because 1 drop is already forced. So these points are going to evolve. 12 race season, 2 drops. So best of 10 races will calculate the driver points. It won't really show until we get to about race 6, where these points are going to start to kind of fluctuate more, where it's trimming out some of those finishes. So, Chris, any final thoughts before we roll through some stats on the race tonight?
Yes, I do have 2 things. So before we get to Monday's race, we have a Friday race. I don't know if you want to share that with the fans.
You mean this?
Yeah, I do. So I'll let you share that, and then I do have one more thing. But go ahead, buddy.
Yeah,
it's
so
Ally, by the way.
It is Ally. I did that just for you. So Friday night.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Friday night we'll be live at 8:45 p.m. EST for the Roughneck Racing League battles. This is a coalition of drivers from various leagues. I think it's about 6 leagues coming together for a battle at Michigan International Speedway in the next gen. So Madness at Michigan, 150 laps, money on the line, $50 for first, $25 for second through fifth, and then 2 wild card spins for $25. We're going to invert the top 10 qualifiers, and we're looking to start 40 cars. So you're going to want to be joining us on Outlier TV. We're the best standout to grab all that action. I mean, open a bubbly with us and hang out on Friday night.
Yes, and you and I did the practice race last week on Friday, and you did fairly well, my friend. I didn't, but that was no surprise to either of us that you did well and I didn't. But we both had a blast, though. It was super fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're both on the spectrum. One of us is just ahead of us, and one's ahead and one's behind. So we're both on the same spectrum, though. I think that's important to know, Chris.
It was a blast, man. We had a good time. Hey, last thing I wanted to say real quick before you hit us with the numbers. I didn't want to say I was hoping for a caution, but if we did, I was gonna pull up Shane Welding Jr. To get a little commentary from him. I mentioned it earlier, that son of Shane Welding Sr., and that he's in the Army. I got a check-in from one of his friend of the family, just saying that he's driving tonight in memorial to the 3 soldiers that lost their lives this week. His truck is a tribute to them. So I was just going to pull him up, get a little quick chat, check in with him, see if he had a little comment or commentary, and then pull up his truck paint and see what he had for us. So maybe we'll get that next week on Monday or Wednesday if he's with us. So my bad, Shane, that we couldn't do that tonight. I did want to just mention it really quick. And I was going to have you up, but we didn't get any caution, so I didn't want to pull you up, of course, in the middle of racing. But we'll try and grab you again for that. So thank you again for your service. And Robert, hit us with the numbers, buddy. Close us out.
Yeah, so just quickly, we talked to our top 2 finishers tonight. Dan Park, Barry Tolson. Dalton Steele had to dip. He had some dente work to do. Tolson grabbed the most laps led, but fell up short again. That's 2 weeks in a row we've seen Barry Tolson lead the most laps and then fall short on a strategy. Pole position and our winner goes out to Dan Park. Hard charger to that 5 machine of Sanchez, finishing 6th tonight. We saw 11 different lead changes for 7 different leaders. I mean, that's action racing. You're not, 80 green flag laps. We didn't know who was going to win. And to have that amount of lead changes in that amount of time is just really phenomenal from, for me as a broadcaster and also for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Rounding out our top 5 tonight, shout out to Barker in 4th. Great run for him. 5th goes out to Phillips in that 66 machine. We already talked about Sanchez finishing 6th. Hurst, the most cutest driver at Roughneck Racing in that 58 truck, is proven. It was done by a pole. Finishing 7th tonight. Ledford in Foothills grabs that 8th spot. Copperthorne, Ipswich Bay Soapco sponsor, in 9th. Ryan Warp in the 45 machine, I believe. Grabbing 45, grabbing the 10th spot. So once again, just shout out to our sponsors, Wagner's Welding, supporting Roughneck Racing, our title sponsor, and then our partnering sponsors, Ipswich Bay Soapco in Massachusetts, and then also Precision Fences and Gates in Texas. So if you want to hit up a website and get some soap, everyone needs to get clean. Ipswich Bay's got a beautiful website, and if you're in Texas and need a fence or a gate, well, fat fingers, Mike Straminsky.
Looking at the data, it doesn't lie. Like you said, to have all this, like what you're looking at just proves the quality of the drivers, man. And tonight was a great one. So, nice race, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. Race number 4 in the books for season 10. We'll be back live. We'll be back live Friday night for the R&R League battles. That's going to be a very different show, Chris, because we're going to have like 40 next gens dancing at Michigan. Tire wear is a factor. Fuel's going to be a problem. And I don't think from the diversity of the leagues that you can surefire pick a winner with no fast repairs.
No, I agree with you exactly. The diversity between the leagues. It's not going to be a race like tonight. We both know that. But it's also exciting too to have money on the line. So that might also change a little bit of the style. Maybe if someone's attack or not attack, if that makes sense. So yeah, it'll be a good one. So if you guys are watching, tune in. It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Monday night, we're going live again with Talladega Trucks, and then back here for race number 5 at Nashville Super Speedway. Happy show tonight, Chris. I'm happy. You sound happy.
Yeah.
We're happy. Outlier TV's happy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and maybe a Arrivederci. Is this where we say goodbye?
I'd say so. Yeah. Ciao. How about that?
Bella ciao. Beautiful goodbye. And thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be live again Friday night, Monday, and Wednesday. So talk to you guys soon.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Bow.
Okay.